Good morning.
Thank you so much for coming out this morning to our very first Fairwood Education Forum. Our goal for these forums is to be a resource for the community so that our residents know what options are available to them for educating their children. We're very happy that Ms. Jacqueline Marshall, the principal at Glendale Elementary School, has agreed to be our very first guest. And she's very well prepared. She's brought quite a few of her teachers here, and she has a PowerPoint presentation that she'd like to share with you as well. I'm going to give you a very brief bio about Ms. Marshall. Just so you know, she's the new principal at Glendale Elementary. The previous principal retired last year, so this is her first year, and it sounds like there's been some exciting changes taking place at Glendale Elementary. Ms. Marshall is a lifelong resident of Prince George's County, where she attended and graduated from BC Public Schools, having attended Kettering Elementary and Middle Schools before graduating from Largo High School in 1994. She went on to the University of Maryland in College Park, where she received her BA in 1998 in Communications. From there, she obtained a Master's of Arts in Reading Education from Bowie State and a Master's of Science in Administration and Leadership from Trinity University in 2006. She is currently a doctoral candidate in Teaching and Leadership at Walden University, so she's a busy lady. Prior to beginning her education career, Ms. Marshall worked at Channel 9 as a production assistant and Channel 7 and BET as an associate producer. Ms. Marshall has spent 10 years as a teacher with the county school system, 4 years in administration, and was a member of New Leaders for New Schools Principals Leadership Program. She was the resident principal at Dodge Park Elementary School and is currently in her first year as principal at Glendale Elementary. Ms. Marshall believes that every student is destined for greatness. She always puts children first and believes that Glendale Elementary is teaching and learning every day, every hour, every child. And with that, I'd like to introduce Ms. Jacqueline Marshall.
Again, and thank you for inviting us here for the first principal forum. So my hope is that by the end of this hour, we will be able to answer all of your questions that you have about Glendale Elementary School. And hopefully, if you have children and you live in this community, that Glendale Elementary School will be your first option. But before I get started, let me introduce to you my wonderful teachers. First is Ms. Fields, who is my kindergarten teacher, and she's also the instructional chairperson for the kindergarten team. Ms. Huff is our math EC, which is our chair for our math department, and she is also a 5th grade teacher. Ms. Carr, she is our chair over our autism program, and Ms. Cernak is passing out these flyers, is our 4th grade teacher and also a mentor to our new teachers and our teachers in general in regards to instruction. So yes, this is my first year in the elementary, and what a change, what an exciting change for me, as well as I hope with the staff this school year. I received some information regarding Glendale and some of the expectations from parents, and so my hope is to address some of those concerns and expectations so that the parents as well as the teachers, we can buy into the new vision and mission of Glendale Elementary. And so we started off our school year, we are teaching students today, building leaders of tomorrow. And this follows the mission and vision from the school system, where we are preparing our students to be college and career ready. And this doesn't just begin for 5th grade or 4th graders, but we start with our kindergartners as well. So here are our demographics. We started the school year with about 454 students. We are currently at 470, and we are still enrolling students to this day. We have grades K through 5. They took away 6th grade, I believe, about a year or two ago, and we do not have pre-K. We are a comprehensive school, academically rigorous program. We have our special programs, which include the ESOL population, special education, autism, instruments and music, and chorus. And we do have a mandatory uniform policy in place. So this is our mission and vision. This was created not just from me, but with the inclusion of the staff. And the picture that you see there, one of the main things we're talking about in terms of the direction of the school, we took our 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade students to the University of Pennsylvania, where our intermediate grades visit university a year. And so this was the first one that we attended, and it was a 2-day trip. And so again, with our vision, we want to prepare students to be problem solvers, critical thinkers, and lifelong learners. We want to develop children that are able to contribute to society. And we do this through an academically rigorous learning environment that promotes high expectations, self-pride, and leadership. The Glendale students will be proficient and advanced in all content areas and be prepared to be the next global leaders of the 21st century. And this is what we go by whenever we are planning and thinking about activities and planning for instruction. So our vision is to create a data-driven culture. So we're going to share with you some data where we are able to monitor, and so students also aware of their progress in terms of what they're learning, if they are achieving the intended goals. We provide effective and quality instruction. We foster a positive learning environment where students feel safe and that they can take risks. We motivate our students through goal setting and project learning. So it's not just giving an assessment, but they are learning by doing. And through collaboration, we hold our students accountable for their learning and challenge them to higher standards. So how do we reach our mission and vision? So here are just a couple of things that we are doing to start with our college tour. Next school year, we are scheduled to go to visit Columbia University and New York University. And that will also be a 2-day trip. And it's not just them going, but there are goals set and expectations. We're going, parents want to go as well, but our parents from the this year realized that you have to be really rested up and energetic because the students are non-stop. But it was a wonderful experience, and it gives them choice. I know when I was in high school, I never thought about University of Pennsylvania. That never even came up. And not to say that I couldn't go, but it just wasn't an option presented. And so we just want to present different options. And it definitely limits it just away. Also the University of Maryland, Howard University, George Washington, but we just started there. The incentive, this was our field day for students who completed their homework. And so our students, our job to make sure that they are completing their homework so that our teachers are able to provide effective instruction based on what the students are able to do on their own and at home. So our students receive that incentive, and we do a mathematics incentive, homework incentive, attendance incentives, collaborative staff development. We are always focused on data. We're always focused, and our data are not just numbers, but the qualitative data, observing our students. What is it that we need to do for them? What PD is required for staff so that they can be at their best to meet the needs of students? Technology. Now this is our focus area. We have smart boards, mobile apps, and iPad, but I want more. I want iPads for all of our students. Currently, we have one iPad in each class, and after the 5th grade classroom where they are able to use it in centers, but my objective is for more because there are so many apps that are accessible to the students when they're on the iPads, and so that makes the whole collaboration and partnerships with businesses. Because as you may not know, or some of you may be aware of, you have to think out of the box when you want to do creative things in schools. And so your system does as much as it can, but I can't rely only on the system. And so we have to build our own partnerships and be creative in terms of how we get the things we need for our students. Family Learning Night. This was our education learning night. We do different math nights. In fact, when was it? A couple months ago, we were just at Safeway. We did a math family night, and the parents had to come with their children, and Ms. Huff generated a wonderful activity where the students had to, go through a real life experience. I don't know, I have a 12-year-old, and I remember when she was 10, and I was like, okay, go get the spaghetti. And she was like, well, where is it? And I had to teach her the aisle, go down, and then she would get the most expensive spaghetti. So we had to talk about, okay, let's compare the cost here. If we have $3, do not click on this $3.60 or something. So that was a wonderful experience. And then we just got a charter this year, and we want to continue to do this to be to be recognized with our National Elementary Honor Society. Not all elementary schools decide to do this, but I believe that our students need to be honored for the hard work, and it doesn't have to begin with middle school. We need to build a solid foundation in elementary school, and so they can see the importance going into middle and then high school. We talk about the expense for college, and we look at sports that our students can get into, but what about getting an academic scholarship? And so when they talk about that, we talk about the importance of that and beginning that in kindergarten, even sharing, how if you do need to save, how that information is important for parents to be aware of. But again, focusing really heavily on academics, that students can get scholarships based on academics and not just sports. And so, following this presentation with me, I'm going to have Ms. Phil come up and share more about our kindergarten program.
Good morning, my name is Rebecca Fields. I'm a kindergarten teacher at Glenda Elementary School. And first I have to say that I love working with kindergarten. Really, they are the foundation, so in order for the children to be college and career ready, it begins with kindergarten. So we believe that the students at Glenda Elementary School are leaders, so in order to do that, kids have to have an opportunity to lead and to work with other children. So in kindergarten, they're working cooperative learning groups so that they can have roles and lead and learn to work together to help build those leadership skills. We have a focus for academic rigor for reading and math. So basically, it goes beyond just them identifying letters and just the sounds, like it has to take it to another level. Currently, our students are working on second grade skills. They're beyond just identifying the normal letters and sounds. They're doing consonant digraphs and blends, working on skills and strategies, doing guided writing activities, like writing sentences and paragraphs. So it's not just writing letters or just writing words, like they're actually building upon that. They have high-level questions to challenge their thinking so that they can be critical thinkers, and they're also accountable for their learning. So it's not just, oh, what's the answer, yes or no, you have to tell why and explain how you got that answer. So it's funny because when you think of kindergarten, you just think of the basics, but we're even surprised at how much they can do. Like they're going above and beyond. As far as for math, they're able to identify, count, skip count, order, compare numbers 1 through 100, work on addition, subtraction, covering measurement and geometry. So we're really taking it to the next level with these young learners. So they're provided with developmentally appropriate practices, but at the same time they're being challenged as well. And again, it starts right here because if they don't get it in kindergarten, they're just going to start to struggle as they get older. So we're trying to just stop it here. We're trying to nip it in the bud and begin in kindergarten. And we use data, so we collaborate. So for instance, kindergarten will collaborate with first and second just to see where they need to go so that we can work on the skills and strategies. And then we pinpoint the individual needs of the individual learner. So everyone's not doing the exact same thing. We're working with at their level and just doing different strategies to build them to where they need to be. One of our main focuses, we noticed that some kids who haven't had prior schooling, some kids haven't been to preschool because it's not mandated or universal. So we're trying to think of a way that we can help these students. So what we're implementing is a kindergarten preparatory program, KBC, just to help these students who haven't been to a school prior to kindergarten, just to prepare them. So we're going to have them come in 2 weeks before school starts, and we have 6 main focus points. The first is school adjustment and building tours. So when they come in, they can come to see what the school is like instead of having to be around 400 students and be a little bit scared. They can come in like a small group. The other one is social and emotional skills. Some might not have experience working with other children, so this would